your way. Next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us north of the border in the historic French-Canadian city of Montreal, Quebec. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Desperados of Rio de Janeiro taking on the Voyageurs of Montreal. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with
started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And we are underway here in Montreal. On the return, Corey Ballantyne. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the eighth-year passer, two-time Pro Bowler from Mississippi State, Dak Prescott.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. Right back to Moss. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Ball at the 33, second and 9. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage. And now 3rd and 11 coming up. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down. Back deep is DJ Chark. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Out of the gun, Herbert. And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down. Up the middle they go. Good one. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Open man, the tight end, Luke Schoonmaker. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, You see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Herbert on first down now. And that'll be incomplete. These two teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in week 12. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Again, Herbert. This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with a throw to the safety valve, but it's 4th down. They snap it to Herbert. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And as a result, possession switches hands. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
He'll get this to about the 38. But you look at this defense. Right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
And when you're getting ready to face the #1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Prescott. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. They pick up 11 in addition to moving the chains. Prescott now from the 50. That's complete to Traylon Burks. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. And again, it's Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. Here's a give to Moss out of the shotgun. And Owen coughed it up.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Now Prescott. Smith and Jigba hauling it in on the out route. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. Prescott to throw it. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Levi Onwuzurike charging in and finishing off the sack. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And complete to Smith and Jigba. It'll be a gain of 5, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And it's caught. Touchdown. Van Jefferson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Desperados are on the board first here this afternoon. This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really haven't. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. Get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. 2nd quarter down, it's our home team with possession. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw here, Herbert. Got an open man, it's Schwartz. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Left sideline, a dime, and it looks like he's got it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Joey Bosa coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Here's a diving catch right side. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 58 yards.
And not only does Justin Herbert have one of the biggest arms in the game, I don't know that anyone throws a prettier pass. Every time he throws the football, I just want to slow it down and have it be a highlight type of a throw. And oftentimes it is, just as we saw there.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Goodwin, and he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And that's a loss of 7 on the 1st down play.
And that's a major league loss of yardage and probably loss of momentum. You're snapping the ball at the 1-yard line before you suffer that big loss.
Yeah, you think of losing any yardage from the 1 is bad. To go that far back, that's a disaster.
And I think the play calling sequence that maybe the OC had in his head, that's got to change on the fly now.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown. Luke Schoonmaker. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Voyagers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied at 7. A 10-play drive that time. This fielded right at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now the Rio offense set to take over. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense They just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Second down, Prescott. That's caught. Left side, it's Burks. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. On the handoff, running left, Moss. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Holding, offense.
So a decent game there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Prescott now on second down. He'll swing this out to Moss. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. They'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Now Sterling Hoffrichter set to punt. Here's Jones on the return. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And they will take over first and 10. Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of the route, too.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. 15 yards on the play, first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
On first down, Goodwin. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's the linebacker, Matt Milano, getting up and stopping him for a loss. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
On first down, it's Herbert. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Jeffrey Simmons. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape, because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Up the middle they go. It's Goodwin. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Well, the Rio offense about to set up shop once again. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
This 2nd and 4. Throwing, Prescott, and his throw is incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Prescott now. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. One final go for this offense here in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. Throw left side complete to Chase. No gain, and it's 2nd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Here's Herbert. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. And we will likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission all tied. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And they have just about gone to halftime with the Panthers out on top. A touchdown run for Kenneth Walker. From there, we head over to Detroit. Check on the Lions at home, Ford Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Justin Fields has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's head to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati to see what's happening with the Bengals. As you can see the score there in the 2nd quarter. Joe Mixon has a run for a touchdown. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. It's a tight football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the giver. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Goodwin. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up fourth down.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll start on the ground with Moss. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. There's the athleticism of Tyus Bowser on display. Wrapping him up, no problem. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To throw is Prescott. That's out to the flat for Edmonds.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big third down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
They bring their punter out there now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. On 1st and 10, Herbert. That is caught, Schoonmaker. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. Got a man open, it's Chase. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. It's got Hooper on the short connection. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Goodwin. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion force there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Moss. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
That result, really no surprise. That's what we're becoming accustomed to with this #1 ranked rush defense.
And you study the game. Does this bring back a few memories? Maybe the 85 Bears trying to move the ball against them, 2000 Ravens. Heck, how about the late 60s, early 70s purple people eaters, the Minnesota Vikings. Hard to move the ball against those types of teams.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
And it's pretty evident that this passing game has been frustrated so far. They haven't really moved the ball the way we might have expected, but this is a good pickup here for the first down.
They'll run on first down with Moss. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 3rd and short yardage. Prescott. And that is incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Montreal offense ready to take over now. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. On 2nd down, here's Herbert. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. 3rd quarter action here in this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10. Herbert throwing again. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Gonna throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
For the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Locates Hardman for another catch. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
They'll run on 1st down. Goodwin. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Out of the gun, Herbert. Got his man. It's Williams. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. On 3rd down, it's Goodwin. And he will have the 1st down inside sets up a 1st and goal. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now Herbert off the bootleg. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw here, Herbert. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
Boswell's kick is good, and the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time. We give you a look at what's going on there.
Well, here we sit, Week 17. Just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher when the playoffs officially begin.
They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Prescott to throw it.
Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba.
Calling a gain of a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
And here's Hoffrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt.
Now the Montreal offense ready to take over now. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Herbert on 1st down now. Under pressure, and down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Herbert now. Got an open man, it's Schwartz.
That'll give them 8 that time. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st.
Now it's Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez standing right on his own 5-yard line. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and now that sets up 3rd and 2. Here's Prescott. That is caught, and taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Moss on the give up the middle, down to about the 37.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped, surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to it? Maybe his rhythm is just off. He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 14 yards. Here's Prescott. He gets it to Burks again. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up second down. Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. That's caught. Touchdown. Van Jefferson. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Desperados are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the 4th.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And the Montreal offense ready to take over now. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different colored jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Now the Rio offense set to take over. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Now Prescott. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. Just a 4-play drive that time. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The situation for him offensively as follows. Down by 8. A minute 45 to play. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10.
Now Herbert.
And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Herbert to throw. That's complete to Chase.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Just the one timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. 1st and 10. Herbert going to throw. Open man downfield is Hardman. He's got it. Touchdown! Miko Hardman, 58 yards. And the Voyagers have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
The touchdown is huge, but the focus now is on the 2-point play. I don't want to say they have a cushion here, but if they don't get it, they still have a chance for onside kick.
They would need some big-time help, but you're right. There would be a shot, but the focus right now on that 2-point conversion. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Herbert.
And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Prescott.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a 1st down here. And that should be the one that seals a victory.
Prescott, he goes down to a knee, and that should just about do it.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. they're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come from behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for Rio, they get that important 10th win to finish the regular season at 10-7.
And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless.
Meanwhile, for Montreal,
this was basically just an exhibition game for them, as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And the playoffs will run through their house, as they'll get the week off and get set to host a divisional round game in 2 weeks' time. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL